All right, guys, welcome to Throwback Thursday special segment on this day in sports history. AJ Let's Talk Sports podcast and YouTube. Thank you again for KJ, my daughter. Beautiful voice, lovely, just one take. Didn't have to even really edit anything out, as everything that she did was just off that one take, by the way. Props to her. She should get in the business. Probably make some money for me or something. Oh, jeez. Here we go. Top headlines in your sports world. Champions League final in Russia set to be moved by UEFA, according to sources, are set to strip St. Petersburg of the hosting rights for 2022 Champions League final. This is according to ESPN, after calling an extraordinary meeting of its executive committee following Russia's attack on Ukraine on Thursday. I know a lot of speculations up in the air on that, but we don't talk about that stuff. Krestovsky Stadium, a host venue for the 2018 World Cup, was due to stage the Champions League final on May 28th after initially being awarded the game in 2021 before it was moved back a year due to COVID. Russian troops launched a wide-ranging attack on Ukraine on Thursday. President Vladimir Putin cast aside international condemnation and sanctions and warned other countries that any attempt to interfere would lead to consequences you have never seen. Putin, look out! Bombs are a-coming! Bombs away! Leave them alone, USA! Leave them alone! Next, USWNT players wear Protect Trans Kids wristbands in She Believes Cup victory over Iceland and Texas. Several players from the United States women's national team wore athletic tape on their wristbands, Protect Trans Kids, written on it during She Believes Cup against Iceland on Wednesday. Next, MLB on potential shortened season. A deadline is a deadline. Coming out of Jupiter, Florida, that's where Tiger Woods lives and a lot of PGA professionals live. Major League Baseball will begin canceling regular season games if the league and the MLBPA can't come to terms on a new collective bargaining agreement by Monday, a league spokesman said on Wednesday. Quote, a deadline is a deadline, the spokesperson said. Missed games are missed games. Salary will not be paid for those games, end quote. Look out, MLB, you're not getting paid. Top headlines on your Throwback Thursday special edition show on this day in sports history. Check out my Twitch.
I've been lower than the floor. That negativity you force on top of me. Only I can set me free. I wanna be the best that I can be. Just let 'em go.
Listen to my daddy on AJ Let's Talk Sports podcast and YouTube, and subscribe.
Hey, what's up, y'all? So that was my Jethro voice, by the way. If you guys listen to that commercial at any time on YouTube and my podcast, that was pretty cool. Again, thanks to KJ. She did a wonderful job. Looking forward to seeing her hopefully this weekend or next weekend. Maybe get a little bit more audio from her and throw it in some of these podcasts and YouTube channels. So kind of been experimenting with streaming gaming, sports gaming. I got that, Sports Gamer on Twitch. So check that out. It's Buckeye for Life 2308. If you have a streaming platform on Twitch, I guess, I don't know. But I'm probably going to be doing that here in the afternoon after lunch. So that's going to be pretty cool after I do all these editing and stuff. Try to promote anywhere and everywhere. AJ does. AJ Let's Talk Sports. What's up? All right, Ohio State. This is Ohio State show. NCAA March Madness around the corner. So coming up here soon, a selection, I believe, is going to be on Sunday, March 13th. I think that's when it is, but we'll figure it out when we get there. Buckeyes remain resilient after blowing lead. It's normal what they do in the course of the season, but they finished strong in overtime against Indiana, and Indiana wasn't even ranked. But Malachi Branham, the fabulous freshman, is coming out of Columbus, Ohio. He looks like he's going to be, we talked about that last week, he looks like he's going to be in the first round of the NBA draft. Was so good for the Buckeyes on Monday night that Indiana forgot about E.J. Liddell with the game on the line in the waning seconds of the two-point contest. Ohio State trailed 63-61. Branham attracted the attention of four Hoosier defenders who had their eyes fixed on the freshman, while Liddell flashed wide open on the block. Branham found him for the dunk. Ohio State sent it to overtime, and the momentum swung completely from there. So it looks like, here's a quote. They were really confident when we got it to overtime. Here you go. Check this out. Here is Coach Holtman.
Proud of our guys. Got a lot of respect for this Indiana team. I think they're really talented, bona fide NCAA tournament team. I know they've hit some struggles, but got a lot of respect for their talent and for job that Mike's doing and his staff is doing, and I just thought our guys were phenomenal.
All right, there's your coach right there. Good job, Coach Oldman. Don't be breaking down the leads, dude. You still got to box out all these fundamentals that have to happen. Buckeyes had a 33-28 lead at halftime, then came out on fire to open the second period, hitting 8 of their first 10 shots of the second half as it looked like Ohio State would take control and pull away. Then Ohio State got in a slump with 13:32 to play, but the Buckeyes left the door open for Indiana when they failed to hit another shot for nearly the next 5 minutes. They do that. I don't know why they do that, but Ohio State basketball continues to do that. They go on these big slumps and don't even score a field goal for like 6 minutes. They did that against Iowa, and they got the L. They did it against Indiana, but they barely got to win in overtime. So you can't be doing that, guys. Got to keep playing. So I just wanted to talk about that. There you go. There's some couple of headlines and all that stuff. I can get more people on here, but we'll go to the next one. Scouting report. This is going to SB Nation, Ohio State. The Illini face a tough test down the stretch. And Ohio State, I don't know. They're going to have to pull out a dub on this win against Illinois at Illinois. We're going to talk about that. But Illinois is 19-7, 12-4 in the conference. Will face Ohio State 17-7, 10-5 in a crucial home game to maintain its spot at the top of the Big Ten. Ohio State will probably switch spots here if they take it. Ohio State has been near the top of the Big Ten standings throughout the season and is currently 2 games back from the leaders. They had an up and down start with losses against Xavier, Seton Hall, Duke, and Florida. But the Buckeyes have won 3 of their last 4, including wins over Michigan and Indiana. But they have struggled against the top Big Ten teams. Ohio State is especially efficient on the offensive end, shooting 47%. They're really good on the field goal percentage, but they need to pick up their stats, pick up their aggressive play. Fundamentals, dude. E.J. Liddell has 19.7 points a game. He's from Belleville and was recruited heavily by the Illini from Illinois, but he went to Ohio State. Freshman Malachi Branham, 11.2 points a game, has played an important role for the Buckeyes. Recently, 27 points against Indiana. Branham is effective at getting to the net and on defensive end. He is also shooting 45% from three-point range from the beyond the arc. Beast mode from the fresh to freshman phenom from Columbus, Ohio. Really looking forward to this game. It's going to be on FS1, so we're not going to be able to watch it. At least I'm not going to be able to watch it. If you guys can watch it, please let me know and DM me how it's going. But I'll just watch the Gamecast on ESPN or something. But I want to take a look at some stats here. Ohio State's ranked 22nd. They were at 16 a couple weeks ago, dropped to, 18, and then now they're dropping to 22, falling out of the rankings here pretty much. Illinois is favored by 6.5. The over-under is 140.5. More to come on the odds and predictions of this game here in a sec. I got the money line at minus 275. Ohio State plus 225. All the bets look like they're going to go to the Fighting Illini. Illinois, by the way. It's not Illinois. I used to have an English teacher. She's from Illinois, and she used to yell at us if we pronounced it with the S. The S is silent, my friends. Just to let you know. All right. So here we go. Look at the game preview here. Weary number 22 Ohio State draws the rested number 15 Illinois at home in Fighting Illini. Number 22 Ohio State continues its busy schedule with a road game at number 15 Illinois on Thursday. Buckeyes 17-7 play for the third time since Saturday and will have 2 more games through March 1st as they make up for 2 postponements. So it's going to be tough. The schedule is all road games, and they are fatigued, my friends, very much so. That's why they go on those scoring droughts, 6-minute plus scoring droughts. Quote, we had some guys who were fatigued, Ohio State coach Holtman said. They're already talking about it. Illinois is rested following a win 79-74 at Michigan State on Saturday, and now they're just chilling. Illinois is a physical team, so it's going to be tough. Going to give them Buckeyes problems. The key for Illinois is Coffee Cockburn. I hope I'm saying that right. Coffee Cockburn, who is the only player in the country averaging at least 21 points, 20.7, and 10 rebounds, 11.2. That's a double-double on average, my friends. But Illinois coach Brad Underwood thinks his potential Big Ten Player of the Year can do more. Cockburn made 7-9 versus Spartans. This is Sparta! But Cockburn gets it. Coach called me a coward. He called me out of the other day, Cockburn said. He basically called me out and said I'm a coward for not being mentally tough to not go up there and knock it down. I accepted the challenge. Sometimes when you coaches know your players, tough love is the way to go. I like it and I love it, but Ohio State's going to get this dub. There's your game preview. Ohio State beat Indiana, like I said, lost to Illinois, won Minnesota, beat at Michigan and Ann Arbor, beat them. So that's up and down, up and down, up and down. Illinois is the same way. They beat Michigan State, lost to Rutgers, by the way. That was the 70-59. Ouch. Beat Northwestern, which they should have, and lost to Purdue at Purdue in West Lafayette, Indiana. So, without going through all this stuff, so the season leaders, E.J. Liddell versus Cockburn. Cockburn and Liddell also hold the rebounding average as well. And then we got a Wheeler and Frazier matchup with the assists. Frazier gets it on that individual accolade. And Liddell's been beasting it on the blocking. He has 2.5 blocks a game. Assembly Hall in Champaign, Illinois on FS1. Illinois 6.5. Over under 140.5. I'm going to take Ohio State because I love Ohio State. So we're going to do Ohio State. And they're going to win straight out here. Today at 9 o'clock, by the way, it's going to be a late night game on FS1, 9 p.m. tip-off time at Assembly Hall. And give me the under of a 140.5 because Ohio State always plays under. And let's see, prop bets. You ready for the prop bets? Everybody's always talking about prop bets. What are the prop bets, AJ? What are the prop bets? Well, here's 2 of them. Will the final score be odd or even? Odd is at minus 110, evens at minus 105. Will the match go into overtime? Look at this. No with a minus 10,000. Yes with a plus 1,200. So you might want to bet the yes on that one, but I'm not going to. Check out the tweets. Mr. Tim May from Tim May Sports. Big blown lead comeback OT win for Ohio State. Excuse me, sorry about that. I've been drinking my coffee too fast. And I got Ohio State. Just thought I'd let you all know. Anyways, looking into the NCAA March Madness Tournament Edition style March Madness. Here we go. Are you guys ready? NCAA. We have some big-time games all throughout the college world in the basketball right now. The number 1 seed Gonzaga is playing at 9 o'clock as well. Arizona takes on Utah tonight at 11 o'clock at night. I don't know if you're going to stay up late for that one on a Thursday night. All kinds of Thursday night basketball games. This is all coming out of the West. UCLA takes on Oregon, number 12. And then we have the Ohio State versus Illinois, number 22 versus number 15. That's going to be probably the matchup of the day, I would have to say, for today on Thursday. February 24th. Geez, this month is almost already over. Happy birthday to my brother's girlfriend, Allie, by the way. They're all in Florida. Everybody's all in Florida. Number 11, Providence survives against Xavier in a third overtime thriller. That happened last night. You got some bracket predictions, but I'm not even going to go there. I'm just going to hit the rankings. We always go into the rankings. Gonzaga's looking really good. They stay at number 1. The WCC Conference. I don't even know what that is. West Coastal Conference, maybe? I don't know. Kentucky moved up. Kentucky's at 3. Look at this. Let's just look at the top 5. The Rock Chalk Jayhawks. Kansas take the 5 spot. Purdue drops down to 10. And let's see. Houston is at 4. Kentucky is at 3. Arizona 2. And Gonzaga is at 1. Like I said, Arizona is playing tonight, guys. But it doesn't look like they're going to have any tough... they play Utah, so they're unranked. That's a late-nighter there in the West Coast. So here's like a tournament prediction here. Here's a 2022 men's NCAA tournament bracket prediction. Whoa! I'm trying to look at this here. They have Gonzaga, obviously at number 1. They have Gonzaga playing Southern or New Orleans. Then they have Boise State, Wake Forest. They got Ohio State as a 5 seed playing Chattanooga. And then you got Texas and Ohio. So there's some Ohio teams in there. Then you got Kansas in there, number 1. Let's see. You got Kentucky and Duke, 2 seeds. Xavier is in there. Another Ohio team is a 7 seed. And then you got Illinois is a 3 seed. Arkansas is a 6 seed. Oklahoma. This is really cool. I like these projections here. Then you got Auburn at number 1. Arizona at number 1 in the Midwest division. Seton Hall taking on Notre Dame. Let's take a look at two. Purdue and Baylor are 2 seeds. Looks like they'll be playing Cleveland State or Jacksonville State. Marquette's playing Loyola. These are all just predictions, though. Michigan's in there playing UConn. They're an 11 seed. They squeak in. I don't see University of Dayton anywhere. I figured they would probably sneak in with a 16 seed, but it doesn't look like they're coming in there. San Francisco or Creighton, UNC Wilmington, or Norfolk State. By the way, fun fact, here at University of Dayton in Dayton, Ohio, they're going to be having the first rounds in to play in tournaments. That's going to be cool. It's always really tough driving south during those times. You got to really plan ahead if you're going to do that. So, taking a look at your Throwback Thursday, we went over Ohio State, we went over NCAA basketball, we went over our events and our scheduling today. Now we're going to take a look at On This Day in sports history. Guess what happened? I just watched a documentary about this, but on the Russian side of it, the Soviet Union side of it, the Olympic gold medal, the 1980 U.S. ice hockey team that won in Lake Placid 4-2 over Finland, and then they come against the Miracle on Ice victory over the favorite Soviet Union. I watched this whole entire documentary. I forget the guy's name, but he's the one that started the Soviet Union ice hockey team back in like 1970s or something like that, and he said, we got to perfect this. And they did. It wasn't just a one-man team, a one-man show like the Americans and Canadians were doing. So he pretty much changed it into a whole. He said it's not where the player is; it's where the puck is going to be, and it was always centered around that. I don't know the name of that documentary that's on ESPN Plus, but I really encourage you to watch it. It's in Russian. It's really, you got to really watch the captions. I just got to give you that. Mom tried to watch it; she couldn't watch it, so I had to stay there and try to focus and really watch it, but. The first guy, I forget his name, but he started, I'm really botching everything right now, but he started the Russian to America NHL hockey, which brought in Kozlov, which brought in all the Detroit Red Wings. Sergei Fedorov was one of them. Kozlov was one of them. And then I forget the very first one. He was the very first one, and he got out of because according to my sources here, if you're in Russia or Ukraine and all that stuff, you go in the army, you go in the military, period. All the men go in the military. You have to stay at least 2 years. But I think back then, during the communist Russia era, you stayed like 25 years. You were literally in war at all times when you grew up. Like, you knew how to shoot, you knew how to all that stuff. It was tough times in Russia back then. Probably still tough times. Anyways, 1980, Miracle on Ice. Going to the next one here. 1982, Wayne Gretzky scores NHL record 78th goal of the season en route to 92 he scored. Jeez. 1987, this day in sports history, February 24th, 1987, LA Lakers center Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Lou Alcindor was his name, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, scores his 3600, oh my gosh, I cannot talk today, scores his 36,000th NBA point in a 97-93 win over the Phoenix Suns. 1989, Pandemonium boxing legend Roberto Duran wins his 4th world title in different weight division when he beats Iran Barkley in a 12-round split decision in Atlantic City. 2002, Joe Sakic. I don't know if you guys remember this. I was a junior in high school. Joe Sakic and Jerome Iginla each scored twice as Canada defeats the United States 5-2 to win the men's ice hockey gold medal there in Salt Lake City. 2010, Sachin Tendulkar scores the first double century in one-day international cricket. I don't know why cricket's on here, but I don't know what I'm talking about. Taking it to 2020, just a couple years ago, and yes, it's been 2 years since the passing of Kobe Bryant and his lovely daughter. Memorial service for NBA star Kobe Bryant held at the Staples Center in LA back in 2020 on this day in sports history. So there's your show, folks. Do you know what my daughter's going to say? Tell them, girl.
Get your sports needs at AJ Let's Talk Sports. Hope you have a good day, guys. God bless. Tip your waitress.
Focus on how I'm living now.